it has always been spirituality which has given birth to the Indian civilization. So most of the scholars who are involved in this process, they will need to be doing some sadhana or the other, so that they begin to connect with that force, which will help them recover the ancient spirit of India. It is basically on the foundation of that spirit that this reconstruction of knowledge can happen, which will basically decolonize the mind. It is a very, very difficult task. It is a very difficult task because in India, the better you learn and speak English, the further you are away from the tradition. And if you are really interested in bringing out the traditions, it becomes a very, very painful and a tortuous process of recovering that spirit. Because that spirit, that knowledge, is lying under layers and layers of suppression. All those layers have to be recovered gradually. It is almost like peeling off the onion and finding what is at the core. But there's one thing which is certain. That core is extremely transformative. It is extremely transformative for an individual, and I'm certain that it will be extremely transformative for the civilization. At this point in time, for all the people who are interested in this, I think we need to draw inspiration from some sage or the other. Connect with the spirit of that sage, because it will be only he or she who will be able to guide us through this process. This is also a very intuitive process. But an intuitive process which is based on evidence, because you do get evidence. On this note, let me talk about another characteristic of the Indian tradition. The Europeans told us that our philosophy is anti-rational, anti-reason. But that's not true. However, it is true that we have not put an absolute premium on reason since time immemorial. One of the Upanishads says, neither your mind nor speech will be able to take you there. So it is clear that mind and reason within the Indian tradition will not be able to take you to the ultimate source of knowledge. However, the tradition definitely says that once you get that knowledge, then you can use your reason to the hilt to manifest it. And that is the reason the Indian tradition, the classical Indian tradition, also has been rigorously intellectual. There have been many rishis who have left us with beautiful prose and poetry. So reason within the Indian tradition is transcended and included. It is not the ultimate, but it has not been denied, it has not been decried. So what is the whole idea? The idea is to go beyond reason and use the reason. In fact, I would like to say that if we use reason to the hilt, then reason itself begins to give us the secrets of its own transcendence. When you use reason to the hilt, reason itself will help you transcend your own reason. And once you get to that, then you will be able to use your reason. And it's from there that the process of decolonization will begin. One of the last points which I want to make is that for this process, it is extremely important that a good partnership between community and scholars should happen.